Welcome to my whiskey pick of the week. And with the NFL draft coming to a conclusion on yesterday, I thought what better way to start out the week than to try a rookie bourbon. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, as always, as usual, as expected, I'm bringing you a treat today. And the treat today is going to be the Barmen 1873. This is a new company. It's so new they don't even want you to know how old they are. If they're like little kids. If they were 4, they want you to think that they're 7. If they're 11, they want you to think they're a teenager. And that's how it is in the bourbon community. No one wants to be the new kid on the block. These new companies, man, they dance around how old they are, like they part of the Golden Girls, and I kind of get it. Everybody want you to know that they're established before they get their bottle. Like I said in a lot of videos, a lot of these whiskeys and bourbons and even spirits, they go back generations. Your pappy drank it, your grandpappy, blah blah blah. So these new companies, they gotta find their own lane. So we gonna see how the Barmen is. Now I'm since they don't really have too much information on them, I know that they're out of Colorado. The Coors, the beer company, they got a hand in it. They're affiliated. I guess one of the grandkids got bored making brewski and said, "What we're gonna do with all this empty beer? Might as well just start making bourbon." I don't know, but they're out of Colorado. Coors company. They don't really say too much. It's kind of like a new face, old money type deal. I know they get it out of Bardstown, Kentucky. So I don't know if they just just got a contract with the distillery. It's kind of like if you ever see on Facebook, you'll come across an ad. Do you want to be a bourbon investor? Now, somebody like me that work at 9 to 5, I try to click out as soon as possible because I think they're trying to hack my page. But if you're a millionaire and you see it, you kind of like don't tease me with a good time. The next thing you know, you done made an investment, you done forgot about it, and 8-9 weeks come down and you're getting certified papers from Kentucky saying your first 150 your barrels are on their way. So I don't know how it works, but I'm kind of excited to see how it is. There's something about this bottle that I like. It just got that old-timey medieval look to it. You see they got the flag. They got like one of those Joan of Arc flags on it. France versus England back in the 1500s. And Barmen in 1873 on their site they're paying tribute to his great granddad. This is where he was born and the year he was born. So I really don't know why they put it on there, but they want to give that illusion that have been around for a while, that they've been established, but they really been around probably since about 2023. At the latest. So they're a brand new company, but I like it. I'm a sucker for an age. If you put an old age on it, I'ma buy it just so I could just to try it. I love when they put an age on it. You can put something like you can put 15 BC on it and I'ma buy it. But I really do like this bottle. It kind of got that old Tommy Hilfiger type logo on it. So let's see if this bourbon is even worth being considered in the straight Kentucky bourbon community, because they made it. I noticed they made sure to just say a blend of straight bourbon whiskey. They didn't say Kentucky, so I'm kind of intrigued to see what type of bourbon this is. Has a little subtle smell to it. Now it's coming in around 92 proof. It's in your $40 range, so that's a great way to start out. I know they got a couple other spirits under their belt, but when I did research on it, it was like they're whiskeys, but they were like they're not quite whiskeys. So I don't know what that means. They're also affiliated with like Blue Run. So it's these new minds trying to come together and try to take over the industry. So we'll see. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's your typical, and I'm not even gonna say your typical, but it's in that 90 proof. It's in that 90 proof range, that 92. It kind of tastes a little too watered down. It's like they're still kind of working out the kinks. But I don't know, because they're in Bardstown, so that's why, like, you can't really say like what distillery, like, just because a bottle is made at that distillery doesn't mean it's gonna have that distillery taste or smell or whatever it is that you're used to from those distilleries. Because this is kind of like your local brewery. It kind of got that local brewery taste to it. Like I can go down the street New Smyrna and get a Shark Bite bourbon whiskey, and it's gonna be on the same level as this. Now, I never had a bourbon that I didn't like. This is definitely like, I'll do shots of this all day. This is nothing that's gonna have you. It doesn't hit the throat the same way that most bourbons do. But it is smooth. It's a little too smooth for me. It's kind of like this is something that you might want to chase with your coffee or something. So it's a shot whiskey. It's a shot whiskey. I'll put this in a flask and go to the Springs. If I'm at a baseball game, a football game, if I'm tailgating, this would be one that I like to do, especially in this Florida heat. So it definitely got its purpose. I kind of see why when I kind of did my research, and that's one thing that I've noticed. Now before I started doing videos, I would get bottles that I really enjoyed. I'll look up to see where they are and see about them. Now I'm doing the opposite. I'm just getting bottles off spec and then checking them out. So I kind of was seeing like they had a couple awards that were like in the silver award. So I think that's like a second tier. You know, it's not your bottom shelf, but I guess they just put that on there to say that, hey, other people recognize us as a bourbon, so we are bourbon. But it's not bad. I've had worse, but it's in that category. It's nothing to write home to mom about. It's one of these bottles. This is a bottle that I would take to like somebody's housewarming party, or this is a gift. I gift this out to somebody, especially somebody that's they like bourbon, but I know they're gonna put a ton of Coke or whatever in it. I bring them this bourbon because it's not a cheap bourbon. You know, it's $40. Like, I spent some good money. But it's not nothing that I would get on a regular. I don't see anybody really at the bar ordering Barmen's. But it's like a little good starter. Like I said earlier, if I would have took the bait on the Facebook ads that I want to be an investor, and they sent me this, and they sent me certified papers and told me that I had a couple of barrels coming my way, I wouldn't be mad at it. I would hype it up, you know. Hey, like, they probably ain't even tasted. They just got barrels, and what you get is what you get, and they just threw it on the market. But it's a nice little bottle. It's something to try at least once, you know, to each his own, because I know every video that I do, it's a bottle that I fall in love with, and then I see other people hate it, and vice versa. I can say a bottle trash, and people say that's the only thing they drink. So it's kind of like you kind of got to find your own lane when it comes to bourbons, whiskeys, and really any spirit. But this is, I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna knock it. I like it. I'm not gonna say that there's anything bad about it. Now, what I would say is, because I'm a sucker, like I said earlier, for like having dates on your bottles. I love that. But if your founder has a LinkedIn page and is currently active on it, there's no way that you have no business having 1873 on your bottle. If you got 1873 on your bottle, that better be your mailing address, or if you got any year on there, put the year you graduated. Like, I'd rather see 1999, a 97, a 92, a 89 on there. Obviously, I know you ain't gonna put 2024 because it look like you're sponsoring grad night, so I know you're not gonna do that. But if you got a new bottle, you don't have to go out your way. If your company is 2-3 years old and you don't really have a story to really back up the year that you got on there, you don't have to have it on there. That would not take away from Barmen. You could have just kept it as Barmen, but that's just my thoughts, my opinion on it. So this is Eric the Whiskey Guy. We're gonna do it all again. I'm gonna do shots. Like, I don't even need a can glass for this. I'm probably gonna just get a shot glass and just take it straight to the dough. Nah, but y'all have a good one.